Welcome to another weekly edition of the best way to smoke news. You know, that news that you cannot refuse.
Do it.
Yep, and it's being sponsored by none other than that glue guard. Get you some Cali guard, and like Big J say, stop drinking spit.
Don't drink it.
Whatever that means.
Right.
But And this news is being presented to you by Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Yep, and recent polls found that 66% of Florida voters are planning to vote yes on Amendment 3, which would make Florida the latest and one of the largest adult-use cannabis markets to launch in the U.S.
Oh.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's the legalization of cannabis, medically and all of that stuff into like
Every level.
all that.
Cannabis medicinal.
Yep. If passed, Amendment 3 would legalize the possession of up to 3 ounces of cannabis flower for adult age 21 and up. As a constitutional amendment, the issue requires at least 60% voter support to pass. Sounds like we passed that, though. You know what I'm saying? After years of polling on marijuana in Florida, both medical and recreational, it is clear that the majority is in favor of legalization. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Closing in on election day, despite some heavy campaigning, we're seeing support for this amendment and is on track to exceed the 60%. Supermajority requires to pass. And that's by Dr. Michael Bender.
Sound like good news.
That's wonderful news.
Yes.
That's the best news.
Man.
Shouts out to Florida, bruh.
Sure. Moving on. Banks stand to generate over $2 billion in revenue from marijuana industry interest payments by 2035. New report finds. That sounds to me like they ready to go on and start rocking with the cannabis industry, though, these banks. As the marijuana industry continues to expand, a new economic analysis finds that the capital that cannabis businesses are expected to need will translate into upwards of $2.4 billion in revenue for banks from loan interest payments over the next 10 years. The report from CTrust, Whitney Economics, and Green Check verified projects that the state level marijuana market will require between $65.6 billion and $130.7 billion in growth capital for new businesses to refinance existing businesses through 2035, which would generate anywhere from $1 billion to $2.4 billion in interest revenue for financial institutions that service them. While it's difficult to anticipate how much larger the cannabis industry will become over the next decade, with multiple states such as Florida, we just talked about them, set to decide on legalization during next month's election alone, the analysis project marijuana sales will balloon from $28.8 billion in 2023 to $87 billion by 2035. Man, I just say, man, the cannabis industry it's a great market to be in if you can really profit from it, though, man. It's a lot of money being made up in this industry, you know. And I think, I think that's amazing, man. In the billions, you know what I'm saying?
That's great, bro.
Hell yeah.
On to the East Coast with it. A New York judge this week ordered the owner of an unlicensed cannabis retailer in upstate New York to pay $9.5 million for selling cannabis without a license.
That's a lot.
A whole hell of a lot. It may be a little bit too steep. I don't know what's going on. Let's see what's popping, though. What's cracking lacking. Issued by New York State Supreme Court Justice Frederick Reed, the judge against George West, who owns years.The 7.0 and I don't know how to say that all the way, but Canada, that's what I'm gonna say it. But was issued after West allegedly ignored a June 2023 notice from the Office of Cannabis Management to stop selling cannabis without a license. Okay, so bam, he was actually warned before, you know what I'm saying, this stipulation right here.
Multiple
You know
times.
what I'm saying? And if you right here, you know what I'm saying, at this segment in our news, hit the like button. You feeling commenty, leave a comment and subscribe because I'm going to give you like, it's a lesson in this. You know what I'm saying? As penalty, West is ordered to disgorge, however that is, more than $1 million in profit from selling unlicensed. So I mean,
What's
you know
that sound? Sheesh.
yeah, so what I'm taking it is, you know what I'm saying, he made, you know what I'm saying, over $1 million in profit for selling unlicensed cannabis. Selling cannabis products, and is issued to pay $8.4 million for continuing to sell after being ordered to stop. New York Attorney General Letita James thanked OCM for collaborating with the investigation. Now, the lesson that I see here,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's like if you are trying to operate without a license, it's a penalty, a steep penalty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it looks as if, like, you know what I'm saying, you'll probably get a warning. But if you want to say, you know what I'm saying, to keep on pushing, oh boy, finna pay millions. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if that's gonna stand and shit though. You know what I'm saying? The 9, that's a lot though. 9 point something.
That's true.
Just for
And if
making 1 million.
Man,
If they base it on his profits, then it'll probably stand.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like the lesson inside of this right here. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you actually like able to make this type of money, you can get you the proper licenses and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And really keep it going. So the lesson in this here, you know what I'm saying? It's like just go the extra mile and get it right. My pops always told me, you know what I'm saying? If you get it right the first time, you don't got to do it the second time. That's the case right here.
Legitimize.
So, for real. So keep up the fight and keep on trying to get them licenses.
Oh boy, sick right now though. Hey, Harris will legalize marijuana as part of freedom agenda. Democrat governor says, noting Biden has done very little on issue. As we know, Vice President Kamala Harris' support for marijuana legalization, you know, she went in like she going in hard on this shit, talking about she full-fledged. She probably hit the blunt or something. You know what I'm saying? Look, marijuana legalization is part of the Democratic presidential candidate's freedom agenda. Colorado Governor Jared Polis, Democrat, said at an event hosted by musician and marijuana icon Willie Nelson on Thursday, he highlighted Harris's backing of the policy change as a key difference between her and current President Joe Biden, whom he said has done very little on the issue during his term. The Colorado governor was among a number of politicians, celebrities, and cannabis reform advocates who spoke at an online event hosted by Nelson along with his wife, Annie D'Angelo, a fellow Texas musician, Dor Jamel. Others speakers included entertainer Whoopi Goldberg, U.S. Reps Earl Blumenauer, Democrat, and Barbara Lee, Democrat, travel writer Rick Steves, and former NFL player Ricky Williams. We all know Ricky Williams. He left football for the tree. You know what I'm saying? But that's, I just hope, I think, I ain't gonna even say I just hope though, but I think with all these lights on her and shit though, I think she's gonna be forced to do this shit though. The way, like, to push it along, the way she's advocating for it though. She don't sound like Joe.
It sound like the way you talking. It's like it's gonna be a matter of fact. She gonna be in the office and she gonna pass that.
I'm saying it sound like it.
Huh.
It sound like it right now though.
Look, if y'all having trouble like voting this season, vote Best Way to Smoke for the Best Way to Smoke kind of news.
Man,
straight up. Main Office of Cannabis Policy, the OCP, recently recalled flower products from a state licensed cultivator due to mold and bacteria contamination. Man, you state licensed and you having mold and all of that old good shit.
Bad business.
Hey, but they do say some bacteria is good. The main Office of Cannabis Policy has expanded a recent recall of cannabis products sold at retail stores statewide due to the presence of harmful bacteria, yeast, and mold. This ain't good bacteria. The recall initially began on October 11th this year, 2024, focusing on the strain frosted cookies. So if you have got blowed off of frosted cookies, man, you got some type of yeast, bacteria, and mold and all that. I know you was they was on the toilet, like, whoo. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's
No matter where, huh?
man, that's the frosted cookies. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Motherfuckers gonna be scared of them frosted cookies.
man, hey, I don't think it's cookies related.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from the Frosted Flakes. But produced by Massachusetts-based Nova Forms.
Okay.
So this over there on the other side.
Nova Forms. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The contaminated products were sold at 14 adult use stores between September and early October. As of October 2024, the recall has grown to include more stores and products, including a second strain, Froze. That's the strain, Froze.
Oh, Froze.
On the real.
That must be Rick Ross strain or something.
Hey.
Froze.
No relation. You know what I'm saying? So frosted cookies and Froze. If y'all had that, man, you got some type of malnutrition. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? The recall products include pre-grown flour, pre-rolls, and blunts, which failed bio testing for bacteria and mold. 9 additional stores across cities such as Auburn, Bethel, and Portland are reportedly affected, increasing the total number of impacted retailers to 23. The recall covers products between August 30th and October 2024.
Man, hey, look, but on the serious side though, retailers, growers, you know, if you know you putting out stuff that have mold and different kind of things on them, man, smack yourself on the back of the head, man.
Nope. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, and I think this is like this is that wall that we be coming to when it goes from the black market,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and legalization,
right?
You know what I mean. Even though all eyes is kind of pointed on, you know what I'm saying, legalization, and they trying to point out all the bad,
right?
You know what I'm saying, but this is where it like comes at, because it's like you can go to old boy up the street and get some cool. I ain't got no mold,
man.
But that's your weekly news with Serpo Jr.
Big J,
baby.